Landschool comes with many classroom management options for teachers to use, and they're all on the top of this screen. It's Limit Web, Limit Apps, Limit Print, and Limit Drives. And we're going to focus this first video on limiting the web. Okay, now if you see this drop down box, you have different choices on limiting the web. You can do block all, which is going to block Firefox and Safari completely and won't allow any of them to open. Or you could create an allow list that only allows students to go to certain sites that you allow. For example, if you're doing an online test, you would have an allow list of only Kia. Or you could have a block list, and maybe there's certain sites that you don't want if you're giving them time to research, and maybe you're like, you know what, I'm tired of using Wikipedia, so you could block Wikipedia from them being able to be used. Okay, but the first couple times you do it, you're going to want to configure web limiting. Okay, so configure web limiting, and this is what's happening. It says when limiting is enabled, do the following. You can block all, you can allow, or you could block the following sites. I'm going to show you all three. When I block all and click OK, I'm going to enable it by clicking. All of my students now get a message, and this message saying that I have blocked the internet and I've blocked Safari and Firefox. So if any of them tried to open it, they would be blocked. Okay. Now if I wanted to go to allow, my allow list, so I'm going to configure web limiting to create my allow list, and I'm going to say only allow the following, so maybe Kia and maybe www.sjthunder.com. Okay, I'm going to click apply and OK. So now the students only have access to those sites. So I'm going to take Lewis for a second, and I'm going to remote control him to demonstrate what's happening for Lewis. So Lewis opens Firefox, and I've blocked it. Okay, and I open Safari. So this Landschool is actually going to push students to Safari. Okay, and whatever their homepage says, you know what? You're not able to do it. You're only allowed to go to our Kia and SJA Thunder. Okay, now the great thing about these is their links are enabled, so I can click Kia and it's going to take me right where I need to go, and Kia Web. So I would probably put in my allow, I would do www.kia.com/web so that they're able to go right where they needed to. Anywhere else they try to go, they're going to get that blocked list. So now they're only allowed those sites. Okay, so that's what it looks like if we are limiting the web using the allow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop using his computer, and let's go into our block list. Again, you want to go ahead and configure it that first couple of times, and the block websites. So this is going to block anything you specifically want. So if they're researching something and you're like, you know what, no Wikipedia, or no, I don't know what else we'd use. That's all I can think of right now. So those are your options for limiting the web. Just remember, whatever you last select is what it's going to do every time when you click that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it on my allow Kia. Actually, block all. So now anytime I hit this limit web, it's going to enable that. So limit web. They're all, and so once I'm done, maybe it's time for them to do their homework, then I would stop web limiting. Or leave it on and just put their homework site as the only site they're able to look. So that are the features under the limit web option.